he was just sucking every little bit of clout he could get from Pyro, right? As soon as the event's over, no more tweets about Pyro. No more tweets about him and his best friend Pyro. He already sucked the clout off of him, and now he's moved on to someone else. It's this guy. And they just suck the clout from all these guys. Well, ImAllexx has done that with a bunch of dudes in this community, and that is part of the reason why he is as big as he is today.
Normally, I would agree with you, Keem.
We've got the Baited podcast. They didn't even commission art for this. Look how PNG this. Oh my god, it's in 720p. This is in 720p, chat. Do you guys remember the Baited podcast? It only has 11 episodes. This is an episode 12. If you go through here and you ever want to look at this podcast, alright, the canon episodes end here, and then all of this is not canon until we get to the ImAllexx episode from 4 years ago.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Baited podcast.
That was the last one. Every 5 years they convene to destroy the British twink. This time Keem couldn't even find the HD photo and just went and grabbed Snip Tool and took this one. But from what I've heard, this is a really good episode, and they're talking about all the current day drama for a fucking hour. So I think we've got our night cut out for us, boys. Ultra rare Keemstar W, really? To make the podcast or anything he says in it? Because I would say this is based that he's brought it back. This was kind of how I got my intro to YouTube or whatever. Because I ended up finding Tommy, and Tommy made me his co-host. But realistically, I don't find Tommy if Keem doesn't find Tommy. So let's get going.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final episode of the Baited podcast.
Why is it the final episode? I keep seeing it called that. If there's like another reason, these fuckers will get together again.
I'm your host, Colossal is Crazy, and we're joined here once again by Tommy C.
Hey there.
And the infamous, the one and only, DJ Killer Keemstar.
It's just Keemstar, but okay. Or
You
Keem,
said the exact same thing 5 years ago. But 5 years since our last episode, which was also on ImAllexx.
TBH is going to talk about the Alex shit. Oh, God. Half of that podcast, I don't really care what they have to say, but the other half I'm really interested in.
And since that time, he's fucking finished.
Like, cause you got, like, what is it? Pyro Cynical, who'd be interesting to hear from. Colossal is Crazy, always interested to hear from. No offense, Nerd City, but I don't really care about your take on this one. If your take was that I was wrong in the Just Destiny situation, I'm not really looking for your moral arbiter opinion on this. And Dolan Dark was literally involved in the Slazo shit, so maybe he has insight.
Like, it's over. He's done.
Bro.
There's no coming back.
But before we get into it, we need to explain to the audience. Let me give the audience a little backstory here of how fucking ImAllexx is intertwined with fucking...
Yeah, I went back and pulled out the Destiny gameplay from 2019 just for this episode.
Baited. So when Baited first broke up, right? When me, Tommy, and Clown were all fighting, and you guys went off to make your own podcast, 33% or whatever, that whole drama, ImAllexx was the core like issue in that. Basically, ImAllexx was like
ImAllexx was the reason Baited broke up. This is new.
He was a YouTuber that had like 200 subscribers. He was a complete nobody. And Colossal is Crazy Clown had his own fucking Discord for like his little fanboys and whatnot. And there was a bunch of little commentary people. Again, ImAllexx 200 subs at the time was one of these people in there, right? So long story short, you guys want to equal pay on the fucking Baited or whatever. And I was in there venting that I didn't want to talk about it on the podcast and all this other stuff. And I don't remember the exact details, but ImAllexx spun some lie that...
Is that video still up? The ImAllexx Baited episode that everyone hated? I guess he like listened to Clown in the Discord server and made up some bullshit story. No, I don't think it's up.
I said that I never fucking said all over the fucking internet. And I remember Clown going to you and be like, Clown, you got to get this guy off your Discord. This guy's a liar. He's a fucking snake. He's a piece of shit. And I've hated this kid since then. Since then. That was the moment. I was the first one on the fucking ImAllexx is a piece of shit. The first person on the goddamn internet. And nobody...
I was the first person, the first one that ever hated ImAllexx. I was Patient 0 for ImAllexx.
Listen to me. In fact, the opposite happened. This kid somehow had a whole fucking career. He started like blowing up. And I remember as he started getting going, Clown finally like figured it out and was like, yeah, this ImAllexx guy is kind of a piece of shit. What was he doing to you in the Discord that first made you like not like him?
Well, the thing is, he created the Discord. He offered to create the Discord for me because I had no idea how to do it. And then he was basically running the Discord on my behalf. This is back when, like you said, he had 200 subs. So he found a way. I mean, I wasn't a big YouTuber, still not. But I was certainly bigger than him at the time. And he's like, oh, I'm going to find a way to like leech off this guy by getting involved in his server.
Dude, he was literally their Smaggle. Literally their Smaggle Daggle, like head mod. And then like Smaggle would go on to find Alex and then leech off of him and then find his way to us. Isn't that crazy?
Running his server for him. I mean, he fucked off shortly after that. Once he started gaining subs and gaining traction.
If anything, Smaggle is the American ImAllexx.
From that server, and that's how
So it's your fault.
It's kind of like my fault for like birthing
I told Tommy the other day when we were in a call, it's entirely Clown's fault that Alex exists.
disgusting embryo of
It's your
ImAllexx.
fault
Yeah.
that poor little Alice has to dodge bricks. I mean, think about
Isn't
that.
this
It's all
Nicholas?
That's my fault. Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, Alice.
That's the first
dudes,
time
dude.
Tommy ever said something that Keem laughed at in like a jovial manner. It's so crazy this podcast is back, dude.
Sorry, Alice. I am the reason he tried to throw a brick at you. Well, sorry,
wait.
threatened to throw a brick at you.
Guys, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. Half the audience doesn't know what we're talking about. The other half is dying right now. We'll get to it. We'll give you the details. All right. So, Tommy, I've explained my first experience with ImAllexx.
Wait, that's so true. Holy shit. Dude, Alex was like non-consensual Frogan. That's what Alex was. Alex was Colossal's Frogan. That's such a good fucking analogy.
Clown
It was
explained
like a Colossal is crazy waiting room.
how this guy launched his channel off of fucking milking fucking Clown. What's your first bad experience with this fucker?
Well, I mean, I remember that we made the baited video, which was definitely in my favor, but I knew there was just a lot of made up shit in there. That he was just kind of winging it. So that kind of rubbed me the wrong way, but I looked the other way because he was, you know, he's a kid at the time.
Look, I just fundamentally think that people that make up shit and post like wild misinformation should take down their videos. And I think that ImAllexx is very bad for doing that, and other people too.
He's 25 years old now, so he's what, just pushing 20 at the time, because what Beta is 8 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And my second bad impression is when he called me a pedophile. That was the real.
Yeah, dude, he was on Twitter. That's in my Zaptai video. He was talking about he's like, well, do we know for sure if X, Y, and Z is happening here? He goes, oh, what? You like to fuck kids too, mate?
Well, the whole Zaptai story broke, where he goes on and he sort of.
Dude, that guy is probably seething. All that motherfucker wanted was to be left alone, and I fucking did an interview with him, and like he comes up in drama every 3 weeks. Every 3 weeks, this guy gets named, mostly for positive reasons, but he gets named in a drama like every 3 weeks since he showed back up in 2020.
Co-ops this podcast called Hot Wet Soup, which is really basically the other drama.
Bro, Hot Wet Soup got mentioned on Baited. Do you remember? That was like the competing podcast with Baited back then, with like Bionic Pussy and Elvis the Anus.
Podcast that was behind us. And he says that
How's he doing? Last I talked to him was a couple months ago. He's doing pretty good.
Zaptai has come to him and
Maybe
said
a month ago.
He's a sociopath and he was talking to kids and they had to let him go and cut loose with him, and Bionic Pig and Elvis the Alien were just sitting there with drool coming out of their mouth going, yeah. And I just questioned the whole narrative. I didn't think they were lying per se. I'm like, look, this is not quite what it seems. Have you tried to talk to this guy? Is he okay? And then Alex suggests, well, maybe you're sympathetic to pedophiles. Kind of, he was Mama Max before Mama Max.
Bro, Tommy is literally name dropping every video I've made in the last 5 years in the first 3 seconds of this podcast. Every single video I've done in the last 3 years is getting a fucking mention in here. He's gonna mention Hassan next. He's gonna weave him in.
That was my first bad taste in my mouth.
So he wasn't calling you a pedophile, he was calling you a pedo sympathizer.
Sympathizer, kind of suggesting maybe you or
no.
not.
He said are you into fucking kids too? Yeah, he was calling him a pedo.
A little more close, maybe you feel the same way Zaptai does about. And of course, the Zaptai situation was broken in 2019, which is one of the reasons we did. Actually, no, it was just after the last Baited podcast, and we found out.
No, it was 2019. Yeah, you're right. This was. I think I made my channel was popping. I went with ImAllexx. Then I did I do ImAllexx back to back? If I go back and check, is that going to be what I see? The first ImAllexx video is talking about James Charles and Steven Crowder, and then that's when he spoke to me after I'd made that video. And then he told me about the Slazo stuff. So the next video was Slazo. And my fucking run was so crazy. The video after that was Bunty King. Like the first one. Like the shorter 30-minute one. And then after all of that, then I did the 2-part Zaptai thing. 2019 was a busy year for me.
That wasn't exactly...
It was also like my first full year on YouTube. So that was a pretty solid run.
What we saw, there was a catfish situation going on there. And he used it, and I made the claim at the time, and I got laughed at, that maybe...
Pro Jared, I don't know, was Pro Jared in between or Pro Jared before? I feel... no, it must have been before. Oh, no, it must have been after.
With Slazo and Zaptai, and then I'd have other leakers come to me, that he was picking off the competition, and I don't think anybody can laugh at me at that anymore. He's definitely capable of picking off the competition through pedo allegations.
This guy was the biggest snake and still is the biggest snake. He would latch onto like make friendships and then use them and then throw those people like in the gutter. Zaptai was the first one. That was the first big one, right? His friend gets in a little bit of...
Why is Ed like the cornerstone of this podcast right now? Dude, he's gonna fucking surprise Pikachu when I send him this.
A drama and trouble from being catfished, and he's just, hey guys, we need to make an episode in Hot Wet Soup, and he just starts throwing his good friend.
I'm pretty sure, didn't Keem not want to go on Hot Wet Soup because it was competing directly with Baited? Because I know Tommy went on pretty quickly and then Clown went on, but I thought Keem was giving them a problem about booking it.
And down the fucking river just for some points on the internet of, look, he's a good guy, he's distancing himself, right? And guys, like, dude, now that we know who ImAllexx is and like all the allegations that have come out on this fucking guy, how fucking funny is it that this fake social justice warrior has been fucking putting people down and calling people out and exposing friends left and right for this and that, and here he's doing this shit. He's fucking doing it.
I mean, yeah, the irony is crazy. What ImAllexx would do is he'd basically move from friend group to friend group, community.
Yeah, this guy had like 15 podcasts. I don't know if you realize this. Like, one would end and he'd move to a different community and become a total loser in that one. The big issue with Alex is that he was like the A like tier social climber. The S tier social climber would probably go a little above and beyond what he did. But for the most part, like, he was the biggest commentary social climber that was active.
To community, basically sucking all the life out of it, getting everything he can out of it, and then just dropping them or having problems with them. Leaving, moving on to the next, sucking the life force out of that, just leeching as much as possible, leeching the views, leeching the subscribers, just continuously. And he's been doing that for like 7 years, 8 years now. And he's literally got to a point very recently where there is nobody left.
So guys, we've covered the Zaptai, which was his first
Bro, how do we keep getting back to...
big scandal, right? The next big scandal that everybody knows is Slazo. Clown, you want to explain that situation?
Well, basically, he was matey with Slazo. I think they were living together at one point. Several allegations from a specific person. I think her name... What was her name? Shay? Was it Che?
Shay.
It's Shay, yeah. It was ages ago now. But she was accusing him of basically being abusive psychologically. There was this term used...
No, rape. It was physical.
Time, which was clearly a joke made by Slazo on Slazo's part. And that was interpreted by people like Hyojin, Pyrocynical's ex-girlfriend.
Oh, bro. I'm fucking soaked for Clown being here.
Other people in this group chat, INABA. And they basically manipulated this girl into believing that...
You know, to this day, there's no evidence that I can find access to that fucking INABA was in that group chat. And I even asked him recently, and he told me he wasn't. But everyone, like, so many people have told me. I told this to his face, so this is not like a surprise I'm saying it. And I've also said it on stream in the last week or so. It's like the biggest open secret that they know this guy was more involved than he said he was. But I can't prove it, so I don't platform it, I guess. I just give context.
That was the case in coming out with this community post on Twitter where she was forced into accusing Slazo of this. It's people like ImAllexx who pressured her, Inaba, Hyojin, and King Annie, who was an ex-girlfriend of ImAllexx.
Wow, bro, King Annie gets named. She's like probably on fucking suicide watch. I don't know. I couldn't think of a funny joke to go with that.
Who recently came out with several accusations of her own.
Yeah, I also want to add something. One of the guys that was in that group, and I have befriended him
Blues
since,
Dank.
is Blues Dank.
Yeah, there it is.
And he, I mean, all that whole friend group is completely destroyed. I think he's got, there's no friends in YouTube in London. It's all about moving up the next level. And if y'all remember, he had a stream and this Lazo thing came up. And then he said, I don't know, maybe we're overdoing it this time. I'm paraphrasing, of course. And he expressed some kind of doubt. Well, he told me that when the, King Annie, and she's going to become real important in this podcast, King Annie, Hojin, and Alex got wind of that. He says,
it still blows my mind that after 5 years, Tommy is just so wrong in his pronunciation of Hyojin, even after literally hearing someone mention it. Like, dude, there's a video that's been deleted, and I'm not just like filling airtime with this. Tommy, like, remember we used to have Shot from the Point News? Do you guys know what Shot from the Point News was? I did like a couple of these, right? It was like this news time podcast or whatever. Not even podcast. It was an episode, like a daily upload shitter channel where we pretended we were journalists and we were doing the news. Okay, so Tommy does the news and he posts this fucking video, and it was Hojin's suicide.
Guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist dudes too?
It was like Hojin's suicide announcement because she was fucking, dude. Because she was she like threatened to kill herself, or said she was in the hospital, right? Because she was suicidal. And on this fucking Shot from the Point, no, it's after Get to the Point. It was Shot from the Point News this time, the black logo. And he posts it, and he fucking uploads it, and Tommy goes, okay, it's tasteful. I've got the Hojin video out. And I'm like, oh god, he's gonna say her name wrong the whole way through. And Vega looks at it, and he goes, Tommy. He goes, why? He goes, Tommy, you called the video Hojiji. He goes, what the fuck? And everyone starts laughing. He goes, that's not fucking funny. That's not funny at all. Or whatever. He like spelled the girl's name just like H with like a bunch of fucking letters, and it looked like Hojiji. So in the video he called her Hojin, and on the fucking title he called her Hojiji or something. And the video is like, Hojin is in the hospital. and dude, and Vega, we were laughing our fucking monkey asses off, dude. I was crying, bro. It was the funniest shit ever. He was fucking so mad. Oh god, dude, that was so fucking funny, dude. Tommy's a national treasure.
you got to take that down, otherwise you're stabbing.
You gotta take that down, Tommy. Is it one of the videos Blair deleted? No, that's Get to the Point. Those were older. Blair was gone by this point. Blair actually was in the Reddit community. And, dude, nuclear fucking thing. Blair made a Slazo video that's lost to time. She came out and condemned him like the day before he responded, and she panic deleted the whole video, and she was still so new, nobody archived it, so nobody could hit her with the false accusation fucking sub loss. Otherwise, we would have gone after her back then if we had it.
King Annie, Hojin, and Alex got wind of that. He says, you got to take that down, otherwise you're stabbing us in the back. Sort of expressing that they knew this thing might not be as strong against Lazo as they thought, and they have to sort of be united.
The understanding that I had was you're not allowed to apologize.
Guy, like one of those fucking crypto fascist
Thank you for the
dudes,
donos. I'll read donos at the end. I've got a bunch tonight that I go through, so I'll do that at the very end of the stream. But thank you so much for your support. I've been getting gang raped. I've never say this. I've been getting gang raped by fucking demonetization because I just found out the slur. I mentioned that earlier on the stream. I spent like the reason why all the uploads have been so slow. It's not because I've been like lazy and I haven't posted them. I had to re-edit today's episode 3 separate times and it still came back yellow. And instead of just wasting my time trying to figure out what was wrong with it, I just put it up. Tomorrow's one's yellow too. I have some hope that the new one, now that I've censored the right words, is going to be green, but I don't fucking know. As far as I know, I'm only making money off the streams. Either way, thank you guys so much.
To fight the oncoming onslaught of accusing this guy.
Yeah, dude, I'm emotionally manipulating by using the word rape and money in the same sentence.
Falsely. And, you know...
Bring back Half-Baked? I think Tom's a little busy now. It's a different world than it was when we did it last time.
Unlike Zaptai, look, there's some mistakes Zaptai made. He's admitted to all of them. I'm not going to get into the details, but Slazo was innocent, 100% innocent, and he would tell me, and I've had other.
It's so, dude. Michael like admitted to being a bad boyfriend, and the stuff that he did wasn't even worthy of a tweet, let alone a twit longer. It was absurd.
YouTubers that is in his circle. The one thing he has a manifesto. This is the word that was used on every single YouTuber he knew, right, or lived with. And when he got a little irritated or something like that, he would say something to the effect of, you wouldn't want somebody else to find this out, or kind of suggest it, or hint it, or make vague references to whatever crime they committed.
That's why when I said yesterday that ImAllexx does not give a fuck about any of these girls, he uses them as weapons, as a means to an end. That's what I'm talking about. This guy doesn't give a fuck about any of this stuff. Otherwise, he would just out these people. He has a fucking like get even list that he uses to pull up whatever apparent crime they have committed. Which again, I think 4 out of 5 times he's completely fucking wrong about it. But even if he wasn't, he thinks he has like the golden ticket of blackmail.
Yeah.
ImAllexx has been exposed multiple times for like literally threatening people.
Yeah.
Like just letting them know like, hey, I got dirt on you. Like, dude. And I'm like, dude, this entire time, Slazo, Zaptai, this entire time for years, I'm like.
It's so funny that if James Charles didn't get re-exposed, he'd be on this list. Like, what he did to James Charles was so fucking crazy. But everyone's super short-sighted, and they look at all the more recent stuff, and they go, oh, well, he's been deemed pedophile, so now none of the stuff that was ever said there was fucking true. But in the reality of the situation, that guy got fucking... Like, I'm not defending current-day James Charles. I'm defending 2018 James Charles. He was accused of turning straight men gay with his clout over Sugar Bear hair vitamins, okay? And fucking Alex made a whole video saying, like, he totally knew where that was coming from. He'd had weird interactions with fucking James, too. And then after James made his response or whatever, Alex had to make, like, a fucking sad apology video or whatever on the whole fucking situation and back off all of his talking points. He was objectively wrong, and he apologized, and then James got re-exposed again, so he looked even worse. The guy's a total fucking loser. Again, that's like one of the main reasons that you'd use, but you can't use it now because he got re-exposed again, and everyone doesn't realize there was 2 scandals, and the first one he literally was right in.
Tweeting out, bro, ImAllexx is a piece of garbage. Do not like this guy. And I'm watching this guy just get like all these teenage girl fans, and he starts milking them. He like, during the whole woke thing, he comes out and he says that he's...
What does that mean? During the whole woke thing?
He's fucking bi and shit.
He did it multiple times, in fact. I think he did it 4 times. 4 separate videos where he came out as bisexual. Which he...
Okay, so Clown's on my mental like thing that I'm on right now. Fucking 4 times he's come out as bisexual. Give me a fucking break, dude. This guy didn't have one guy expose him for abuse, okay? As far as I know, the last boy he dated was when he was in his teenage years, dude. Give me a fucking break. I'm tired of all these live streamers saying they're bisexual to check the box, bro. Alright, now I did that with non-binary, but that's different because I'm actually awesome. And I am not selling merchandise with internet gay lord on my chest, okay?
He's fucking not.
I never believed that.
He's not.
Dude, he might...
If you're gonna fake it, at least admit you'll fake it.
He might be bi, he might not be, but the whole point is he's literally doing it for clout. Literally doing it for clout.
He's doing it to sell LGBTQ fucking merch to his...
Dude, I'm so happy Clown is like, he doesn't give a fuck anymore. He'll say anything. It's so awesome.
Impressionable fans. I mean, that's pretty much it. He's sucked in that audience.
Yeah.
Very impressionable audience. He wants to gain that fan base and to sell the merch, of course, which is probably his main source of revenue, or was at the time. Not any fucking more. He lied, man. He fucking lied.
I think I know how it's possible because all his friends were blowing him.
Say
Could you imagine that? It's like literally Homelander in the new season of The Boys that I famously hate on Twitter. If you've been following r/all, apparently, that's a story for another day. However, it's like when he goes, what is it? Deep. Suck A-Train's dick right now. Only it's Alex being like, James Marriott, suck my dick right now. Okay, Alex. Because if, like, they don't, it's not like he's going to laser beam his eyes out. He's just going to accuse him of sexual assault and take his income away forever. That's literally how it is being in the UK, the UK YouTube space.
He has to prove he's bisexual, so he goes out and he takes it up the arse. Like,
Dude, he's out of pocket. I love this, bro.
maybe. But as far as I know, like,
Now I feel like a bitch for walking up to the line for the last fucking 3 streams. If Clown's just gonna come out and make the joke, I'll make the fucking joke. Whatever.
no relationships with men ever. He did it to sell merch.
I'll throw another story. I met him in 2018 because by the time he called me a pedo, and I called him a major lie on my show with a guy named VWQ, who eventually became a guy known as
Bro, the VWQ lore is so crazy, dude. VWQ got me in touch with Zaptai, which I obviously made all the content with, and that's besides the point. VWQ also turbo doxed Kavos' girlfriend because they were in beef with Tom. Do you guys remember when Kavos pulled out the Batman fucking signal? Right? Like, he put up on his thing where he's like, I'm the hero the commentary community needs, back when Tommy and Kavos were fighting. So VWQ did like a 50 Cent move where he like stealthily dropped like her fucking full name at the end of the video. Like, hey, Kavos. And like dropped her fucking name at the end of the video. And everyone was like, bro, you can't do that. And Kavos called Tommy. He goes, dude, your fucking friend just doxed my girlfriend as like a threat at the end of his exposed video on me. And Tommy's like, I can't go forward with this with you. Now, obviously, VWQ, when he became Danarchy, is obviously like a completely different creator or whatever, but that was still one of the craziest moments, like pre-Nick DeOrio era drama.
Danarchy. I caught him in an absolute contradiction.
Yeah, Tammy if I'm wrong. Everyone knows about it, but because he was like, Kavos, tell me if I'm wrong or whatever. Yeah, everyone knows the name. But
And I forgave him because he was young. So he met me and the now past Real Talk, rest in peace, at one of his shows in Camden in London.
God, this is like going on memory lane. He's got like every reference in here that like fucking fires my neurons.
And we were cool then. And I said to him, it was strange when I met him. The first thing he did was apologize about Zaptai. Now, keep in mind,
dude, what the fuck? We're 12 minutes in. This whole podcast is about Ed.
This is prior, a good 1.5 to 2 years prior to Nick DeOrio's video. And I said, look,
dude, I got fucking name drop. Let's go.
If you ever have some kind of, you're not really good with optics. If you have any kind of optics, you should come to me, and I'll tell you, this is something to follow up. This is something.
All right, if you ever get an optics check from Tommy, then you come to me, and I'll tell you if Tommy's optics check was good. All right, checks and balances.
Not the follow up. He said, okay, that's very nice of you, Tommy. I'll definitely take it to you.
Do the lisp. You got to do it. You got to do the lisp while you say that.
I can't do.
Yeah, he has a lisp.
I can't do a lisp.
Try and make your tongue really big in your mouth. Spit on the pop filter a bit. You'll get it nailed down.
Thank you, Tommy. I'm sorry for the Zaptai thing.
See,
I'll
that's pretty
definitely
good.
go on
That's
my
pretty
way to
good.
help you out.
Dude, where the fuck were you guys in 2019 when I made that fucking video? I could have really used a little extra help there, baited podcast.
Again, this is before we knew without a doubt, because Zaptai refused to defend himself. He just disappeared for like 4 years. And when this Lazo thing started to gain momentum, I wrote him. I said, you're going down the wrong road here. You've got nothing on this guy. Well, he soft blocked me and then unfollowed everybody as like sort of an internet joke, right? Instead of like saying, oh, Tommy, thank you so much. I'll definitely listen to you next time.
Dude, I literally to this day think that Alex got mad at the fucking, remember Gay Wonk from the Steven Crowder drama back in, it's early to mid 2019. He got mad because Steven Crowder called him a lispy queer, and I think Alex took it personally. I legitimately think that's why the beef started, is because Alex fucking Alex heard somebody get called a lispy queer and was like, holy shit, this is literally something I could sell merch with.
And yeah, you're welcome.
There's so many lies in his fucking mouth
about everything. I was reaching out to him as a friend. It's like, look, I know you guys are young. You're gonna say stupid stuff. I'll tell you when you're out of your league. And well, he wasn't hearing it when it happened. He wasn't hearing it at all. So he had plenty of chances to opt out of this.
There's so many lies in this guy's fucking mouth. He can't speak straight. Like literally, he cannot fucking speak straight. I fucking hate that guy. And I fucking hate the fans in this fucking community even.
I hate you. I hate the way that your fans like you. I hate the content that you make. I hate the way that you talk. Dude, this guy's fucking channeling his Kendrick arc.
Or that bought that shit. Because eventually commentary people started figuring out, oh, Keemstar's right, and they started making exposed videos on him. Kavas, that was his big start. Remember when Kavas made a video on...
Kavos has been fighting with Alex since, like, before I knew any of you people. Like, Kavos has been in the trenches on this one.
Alex.
That, like, Kavos came out and he just punched the big... He treated YouTube like prison, punching the biggest guy in the room. And then during that whole, like, arc of him attacking all the commentary channels, he really locked in on Alex.
And then I shouted him out from Dromeler. That launched Kavas' career. And, like, eventually people started figuring out, and he would just, like, kind of leave commentary and stop messing around in this community and then start, like, you know, trying to get the woke LGBTQ community over there to fill it out. And then he'd get exposed over there for some dumb shit. And then he'd fucking latch onto another fucking community. Do you guys remember... what was that other fucking thing that he did?
I remember the Battle of the Lisps. Yeah, it's one guy with a lisp calling out the other guy with a lisp. I do remember that.
Alex is fucking up right now. Carlos is actually just a fucking clout chaser.
Guy.
James Charles. You guys remember the fucking James Charles situation where he came out and like exposed...
Wow, he mentioned James Charles. Now that was a risky maneuver there, Keem.
James Charles for all this stuff, and half of it was fake. Now, legitimately...
I'm pretty sure all of it was fake back then. Did he do a single thing that he was accused of back then? I literally, like, he was not accused of any minor related activities at that point. It was literally the vitamin shit.
There was a huge moment where
I have to go back and watch my own video.
James Charles was caught, and there was a lot of evidence against him, all right? He was guilty.
Yeah, that was 3 years later.
Sin. ImAllexx decides to upload a video with all the fake stuff, all the fucking debunked stuff. Like, it was, he did no research.
In fairness, Keemstar, when James Charles was caught without a doubt, that was almost a year and a half to 2 years later. At that time, they had nothing on James Charles, and me and you both stuck up.
Bro, why is Tommy so fucking on point here? Holy shit.
At that time, but it did turn out that, you know, he can't stop talking to kids underage, and he eventually got nailed. But at that particular time, he had nothing. Interesting side note.
Because it wasn't about kids. It was about forcing straight men to be gay out of clout. Where the guy started doubting his sexuality. And the whole meme was that thing from fucking... What's that show? Like the Police show, it's like, that means you're gay, where Ice-T says it. That was literally the whole drama, is a guy was like fragile about his sexuality. So he said he wanted to like, he thought about sucking dick because of the clout. That was literally the drama, like the waiter. Dude, the waiter, James, he's straight. Obviously not if he sucked your dick, okay? He's bi. He could sell merch now.
And that was only, the James Charles thing was only a couple weeks before this Lazo thing. I actually approached iNabber and I said, this James Charles stuff, you're barking up the wrong tree. All you're doing is smearing a gay man as a pedophile. And I thought we were like, you know, it's, you know, 2019.
Bro, there's no amount of clout in the world that can get me sucking somebody's dick. I'm sorry. There is no amount of fucking clout in the world that could be provided to me back where I would then fucking be unsure of my own sexuality. That's not how that works.
Something. And
you'd think that these people who come from the beauty community would realize that that's not something that happens.
But we were past that. We don't just call gay people pedophiles for the sake of calling them pedophiles. I never had the balls to say to me, and I am gonna. He didn't say exactly this, but this is fundamentally what he said. People in your age group and Americans have very different views on things like women, and us Englishmen and our younger generation are much better with women than you are. I said, what the fuck's that got to do with anything? You don't have anything in this goddamn...
Turns out that you're basically the same If I had to guess, I would say that you're probably pretty on point with that one. I don't know.
James Charles, right? Well, that thing started falling apart, and they tapped out, and that.
Dude, we're much better with women 5 years later. So I've been accused of domestic abuse.
And they ended up tapping out.
I've been accused of domestic abuse, and I think that realistically this woman is a clout chaser, and she's been doing this stuff underhandedly behind my back because she wants to suck my famous dick. Yeah, that's what Alex is thinking.
Now, but here's the strange thing: as they also went forward with this Lasso thing at the same time, and that's when, and I don't mind exposing him. ImAllexx started leaking to us about what was going on with Lasso, me and Nick DeOrio.
Yeah, the irony of that is huge. I mean, ImAllexx was directly involved himself, and he lied to your face, Tommy, saying he had no involvement whatsoever. Yeah. He was in that group chat, and in fact, he was one of the chief instigators. So...
Right.
ImAllexx is probably on fucking suicide watch hearing that. Again, Nabber, if you want to come on and chat about it, I know we spoke about it privately offline. I'm not going to disclose any of that, but if you want to chat about it publicly and you feel like that's not a good representation of you, or, I mean, I just realized Clown is literally in my chat right now. If you want to talk to Clown about it and air that one out, you don't have to do it here, but maybe you should, because that'd be interesting to watch. I would react to it. Or host it.
Wouldn't be surprised at the time we couldn't say that because me and Nick were both suspicious of it. But when more so me, what happened was when he was feeding us great information the whole time. I don't know if he's the guy that got us the screenshots of who was in there, but he was giving us great information. And yes, there was nothing on him that we got a hold of.
Yeah, because he fucking cut all the shit where he was involved.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, there was nothing. Most of it was on like King Annie and Hojan and Alex himself. None of it was really on.
Again, it blows my mind that he heard Clown say Hojan and he called her Hojan the entire. I love that. I love that for Tommy.
Him. So when the hammer fell, he deleted his Twitter account, which had like a couple 100,000 followers, right? And said he was taking an internet break. But by doing that, all the conversations between me and Nick are gone, right? And that's when I got really suspicious of ImAllexx right away. Within a couple months, Alex puts out a tweet and says something to the effect of, when things started to blow over with Zazo, I don't know how I could have got through without you, ImAllexx. I don't know how I could have done it. And ImAllexx writes back, you're the best, bud. We'll be friends forever, right? And then
oh, God,
and in that time, ImAllexx comes up with the idea for the E-Boys, right?
Dude, the E-Boys is so funny. This guy creates the name of it, and then Alex is like, yeah, mate, you're not getting in. Yeah, sorry. We can only have 5 boys in the E-Boys. It's nobody really likes a 6-man crew, not like the Misfits. Yeah, no, there's no room for you in an arbitrary E-Boy boy band that we're doing right now. Sorry. And it's funny because like now I get it when he's just sitting here like shitting on all of his friends to these girls and these messages. Like none of these people want to work the way I work. I have a work ethic higher than everybody. I'm surrounded by fucking idiots. If anything, I don't know, like, maybe ImAllexx is in abusive relationships with Alex, and he keeps getting battered down and brought back to his senses. And then, like, right before he's going to switch sides fully, he just goes, nah.
Oh, that's a really great idea, right? And they got the E-Boys together and cut ImAllexx out of it. So he kind of ended up getting his in the end. He stabbed Alex in the backs with...
Clown sounds weird. I think it's AI. Could you imagine we were listening to this and they literally had clowns? No, because if it was AI, you wouldn't hear the last section of the podcast.
As soon as the hammer fell, he ran right back to Alex. Alex fucked him as soon as he got back. And then when he started complaining to us again, True Jordy magically took interest in a teenage girls internet group called the E-Boys and absolutely roasted the fuck out of ImAllexx. What a coincidence. Oh, I don't think so. Alex told him to roast him. So that phony True Jordy, who ended up getting his in the end, by the way, he roasted ImAllexx. And basically, we all know why ImAllexx.
Do you guys remember when True Jordy's messages got leaked and it was full of him like wanting dildos in his ass and shit? He's like, yeah, I just want to shove a fat one up there. Like, I never expected it. Like, I just never expected that from him. I had no idea that was coming.
Wasn't taken for the E-Boys. He was too fat. and they knew it, so they took his idea and they cut him out.
Dude,
it's really funny when
ImAllexx
these
is
guys
complete garbage, but
Did you guys not know about that? Yeah, he wanted girls and boys to shit on him.
all of his friends are garbage too. All of them. Think about it.
Beefy guys are always like that. Really?
Right? If I can figure out without ever meeting ImAllexx, right, in person, if I can figure out that this dude's a snake and a piece of fucking shit, how fucking
stinky.
dumb are the people around him and all his friends, the Will and Knees and memeologists? How dumb are they? They're not dumb at all.
Dude, memeology just caught a stray because Keem's dyslexic. Do the memeologies of the world.
The people around him and all his friends, the Will and Knees and memeologists, how dumb are they? They're not dumb at all.
Yep.
They know that this guy's a piece of shit too.
Yeah, but he's right.
And they're fucking using him for clout as well.
Yep.
They're all using each other for fucking clout. They're all fucking phonies. They're all fucking fake. And in this new scenario, right, that happened, I have a point that I want to make so fucking bad, but I
Dude, he's gonna say the N-word.
can't because you don't know why ImAllexx is exposed right now. But we're gonna fucking play a little
Dude, this is the longest intro ever. I'm so fucking hyped.
little montage. Clown put this together with all the audio clips of what ImAllexx was saying to his current girlfriend, now ex, like they just broke up recently, right? But he's in a relationship with this fucking girl. He's being an abusive piece of shit, obviously. Caught in 4K, recorded. There's video, there's audio, there's text messages, there's everything. Instead of going through all the fucking details, I say let's run a little fucking audio montage of some of the shit he was saying to his fucking girlfriend. Roll it.
So I'm a fucking whore-mouth bitch retard. And
Is it generally because you're just fucking brain dead?
yeah, I'm very brain dead, yeah.
Is that why you decided to go on the fucking offensive instead of the
Didn't go on the
maybe?
offensive.
Okay.
What is that music that's added to this?
I don't know what to call what you did. It was weird. It's always weird. You always take the fucking weird route. Just do the normal route, which is just do the normal route, but a normal girlfriend.
You're
would do,
acting
and go,
like
I
this
didn't,
is
I didn't
all
mean
just
it.
me, and that's something you really need to fucking fix.
I'm gonna fucking bash your fucking head against the wall with a brick if you don't shut the fuck up. Because this one,
Dude, could you imagine if his first tweet back is, guys, I'm selling internet sensation bricks. And it like little red bricks with his stupid logo on them. Would you buy an internet sensation brick? I would put one of those in my house.
genuinely, this one, you fucked this royally. Fucked this. The thing about you, and
Can somebody sell internet sensation bricks? It'll be like gamer girl bathwater, internet sensation bricks for that lovely lady in your life.
the thing. This is why I fucking go round and round in circles. I join cool, and when I'm getting, you're talking to me, going, this is the thing. Even though now, when it's too fucking late, you admit that you did everything fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good
fucking dog, dude. How you think he rehearsed this with Frasier? Like he called Frasier Kenji like 16 times, and Nabber didn't realize why.
Fucking wrong. But when it actually matters, when you should lay down like a good fucking dog, you don't fucking do it. You fight for some reason. I don't know why you fight, because you're losing. Because you end up admitting that you fucked it all up anyway. So it's just fucking weird. And I know that you're going to end up admitting that you fucked it all up. And you think you can just fucking ignore them because like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I don't know. Your boyfriend's a fucking famous internet celebrity.
I'm a famous internet celebrity. You're a niche internet micro celebrity at best. Shut the fuck up. If anything, your fucking clout has only gone down since 2019.
See, and doesn't trust these
You've
people.
peaked. Oh god, little mid has peaked. Your Mew streak is over. You've been phantom taxed.
Well, because he has to keep his circle small. Because you might not have anything to fucking lose. Because your life might be down the fucking drain. But I still have quite a lot that I would like to fucking give. You could do this, but you might be able to do that. But you might be able to do that. And you might be able to do this. And this might work, but you might be able to do that. And it sounds fucking mental. I don't even understand how you could possibly actually follow along to it. You don't
Alex is lying. Wait, they just put the N-word in this fucking podcast uncensored? Bro, I know Keemstar's channel's not monetized now. That's crazy.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't go around fucking playing everything that you don't clean up after. Why?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, what?
Dude, Keem heard the N-word and the first thing, yes! so good.
You just heard right there is stuff that ImAllexx is saying to his girlfriend now.
Dude, you could just hear how dude,
isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist
Alex is
dudes,
truly
dude?
the glue that holds this community together. Okay, people who don't really even talk anymore get together to talk about. I've been telling you this since the beginning of the stream. I got people in my fucking DMs who I've been fighting with. People who hated me in 2019 who came to me looking for help on this one. I have people who like I've fought with in drama asking for my opinion privately about stuff about it's just crazy. It's crazy how many fucking people hate Alex and how the lines blur on friends and enemies when this guy is on the fucking chopping block.
And it's all over the internet. Everyone's covering it. And the thing that I want to say about his fake friends is this, okay? Every single one of them, Memeology.
Dude, Memeology keeps getting raped by Keemstar. It's not Memeology, it's Memulous.
No, not Memeology. They're Memulous, all right?
Memulous, whatever. I don't know what their fucking names are. All these people come
I just killed myself.
up with statements, and they're like, you know, Alice, she's so brave for coming forward, and I'm sorry that this happened to you, and all this, like, PR statements. You guys are fucking phonies. You're phonies. You're not talking like a real person. You're talking like you're some celebrity with a fucking PR team. You guys are all fucking fake. Bro, how are we reacting to this? We're saying ImAllexx is a psychopath. He's fucking crazy.
True.
All right? He's an abusive piece of crap because we're real people. You guys are putting out statements, oh, Alice is so brave and da-da-da. You're phonies. What is that? Just be
Dude, Keem sounds like that fucking Family Guy. You're a phony. You're a big fat phony. You're a phony.
fucking humans. Why do you guys on the internet, the fan base, why do you guys support these complete fucking frauds? Because 9 times out of 10, all these fucking fake people are fucking psychopaths. They're fucking psychopaths.
All these statements seemed interchangeable. They could have been written by ChatGPT or written by one single person.
They probably were. They
all
probably
the same,
were,
all saying like almost.
But the interesting thing, Clown, is that one of them was written in 2020. That's the real fucking crazy part here. Unless Alice and Jess are the same person, that's the crazy part, is that one of them had a very similar experience 4 years ago.
It's verbatim the exact same thing.
Yeah, Will need.
Holy shit, do you see who's in my chat right now? Is that the actual Jurassic Park? Dude, the whole movie is in my chat right now. That's crazy, bro. Jurassic Park, bro.
Memeology, you're not real fucking people. You're not real people. You're just a fucking complete
These allegations are 65 million years in the making. Damn!
fraud, just like ImAllexx. In a couple years, mark my fucking words, Wilney, Memeology, his whole friend group, these guys are individually going to be exposed for some fucking dark shit because you don't know who they are.
Dude, you're exposing them for dark stuff on fucking Juneteenth, Keem. Calm down.
Not real. When they fucking
You're not real. Keem's on the plane right now.
record on their fucking camera and hit record on their fucking mic, they are not the fucking person that they are. They're fucking acting. And you can see that by their fucking statements they put out. That is a complete fraud. That's not a real person. Fuck you.
It's happening to Inaba right now.
Yeah, Inaba's really getting the
I think
worst of it.
yesterday there was a statement came out from his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. She basically proved everything I was saying, or at least confirmed. I shouldn't say proved. He confirmed everything I was saying.
It's like we always knew that Inaba was like a leech himself, like he was just using Alex as Alex was using him, and it was all for clout and it was all for views and attention.
It's for work.
And she, this ex-girlfriend, came out with it.
Yeah.
I love how they're all coming out with it now. Like King Annie put out a post.
Dude, the King Ani one. I think it's 2 days from now. 2 days from now, you're going to get that VOD. I roasted the shit out of her. I have no sympathy for that woman. She literally put a whole statement out to say, actually, Slazo was Alex's fault, and then he, like, touched my arm one time. And she's like, I've been abused. Dude, the crazy thing is during the Shay stuff, she was saying stuff like, if my boyfriend ever talked to me like that, I would break up with him immediately. And while she was saying that, she knew full well that her ex-boyfriend was the one launching the allegations that she would later go on to say abused her. So then why didn't you just break up with Alex? Why did you gunt guard him a year later and help him falsely accuse a man of rape after you said that you would never put up with something like that? Only then to fucking announce all of this in your abuse twit longer you made about him. Curious. Life found a way, true.
Finally referencing the Slazo event and her involvement in it. Still no apology, by the way.
She has never apologized for it, and the tweets condemning Slazo are still up to this day. And yeah, I got them screenshotted. She has never apologized to Slazo. In fact, she blames Alex for making them go after Slazo. That's what she does. She blames, and she has never apologized. She's never even mentioned it for 5 years, and she only jumps on it. Hey, Alice, I'm just like you. I'm a victim just like you are. And because you got a lot of clout coming your way, so maybe I can get some of it. What do you say, Alice? And that's what her whole statement's about. She doesn't care at all.
Dude, Alex has changed the definition of when you're bricked. Dude, Alex, when he's bricked, it means a very different thing.
That girl.
No, imagine what kind of fucking psychopath you have to be to write a statement. Alice, she's so brave, and the things that are said are fucking horrible and da-da-da-da-da-da. Who the fuck are you? Who are you, right? Like, if my friend fucking did that, I'm making a Twitter video, and I'm being like, yo, you're a piece of shit. I cannot believe he fucking... You know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna talk to the people like I would talk to my fucking friend. Your fucking statements, go fuck yourself. Who the fuck do you think you are? Like, dude, this horrible fucking thing happens to this girl, and we can't even get a fucking ounce of reality from Will Nee. Go fuck yourself, bro.
Well, because they're all worried about themselves.
Dude, Minecraft Will is getting fucking called out right now. I mean, the Will thing is so pathetic. I mentioned this in the other one, but I'll mention it again right here. This guy didn't drop a statement until his girlfriend outed him for knowing about Alex being like a fucking loser for months. And then he had to give like a panic statement where half of it was, my girlfriend announced that she got Alex dropped from his fucking talent agency. It seems like the only one who gave a fuck about this whole situation was Willani's ex-girlfriend. Feels sad, man.
They know.
Probably because she didn't have any financial investment to defend him.
Here's the thing about Meemulous, who I do think is probably the least guilty of all of them.
I agree.
Meemulous, Willany, and James Marriott. They all knew. This is one thing that none of them get away from. They may not have known about the abuse, but they definitely knew he was.
Someone said, to be fair, about InAber, I give InAber credit for saying it before the fucking ex-girlfriend statement that got everybody. And I give the same thing to Meemulous. I just give no credibility to Will, because Will obviously wasn't going to say anything.
And certainly I never did, because he used to bitch to me and Nick about what a shit he was, and went right back into business with him. So they knew when they were getting involved with the E-Boys that Alex was damaged goods, but they also knew you got to give Alex this. He knows how to make money on this platform. He can lose all his friend group in the UK or in London, move to another part of the UK, suck on another one, and then build up again. They know he's got the ability. He can smell a trend 10,000 miles away. And that's why they were all willing to look the other way. My sources have told me that Willany actually broke up the project because he just felt that he just started getting sick of hearing about
that. I don't mean to get sappy for a second, because I try not to do this, but fuck me, bro. If you told me in 2017 that the last episode of Baited would have me name dropped in it, and me know every single person on this fucking podcast, and I've spoken to them all decent amounts of times, I'd have said you're crazy. This is so fucking cool. That's the only time I'll say it, but this is pretty fucking cool.
Azo all the time. So he actually broke up the E-Boys project. But, you know, it's not like he ever threw him under the bus. Apparently, his girlfriend was the one that mentioned to a talent agency that this guy Alex may or may not have been abusing his girlfriend. So, I mean, it is really funny what those Englishmen will do. It's actually kind of sad, really.
I got a story on the memeology guy, or what?
Dude, oh my god, bro. Memeology is getting name dropped more than me. This is so sad.
What's his name? What's his
Jesus, poor Memeology, man. What are you throwing him under the bus for?
Dude, I got a story on the Meemulous.
So guys, I got the drama. So Hojin and Memeology have fucking fucked this story up. Dude, Tommy's correcting somebody else say the name wrong. It's so fucking perfect. I love this.
Isn't
podcast.
this Nicholas Deorio
guy, right? So you know how the guy never shows his face and wears masks or whatever?
Yes. Yeah.
All right. So this fucking guy, allegedly, I wasn't there, so maybe this story isn't real. I want to preference this. I just heard this from someone, right? So another YouTuber is talking to girls in the club over in the UK, and the girl tells that YouTuber, hey, this guy, Memeolulous or whatever,
Memeolulous,
came up to me in the club and tried to hit on me. And I'm like, yeah, not interested. And he goes, but I'm super famous and brought pulled up his YouTube channel and showed the girl.
Dude, there's a story. I thought it was James Marriott, but I don't know for sure, about how these guys would leave their social
Nicholas Deorio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist
Dude, these
dudes,
fucking losers would go to the bar with their beautiful English bar culture, and they would leave their fucking cell phone open to their social blade. And the girls would walk over and see their numbers, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm just a YouTuber. Sorry, I left that open." Pathetic losers.
His subscribers and whatnot.
I know I heard the same story, but I heard it different. I heard he was talking to a chick, and you know that app on your phone where you can, I forget which one it is, where it shows like how much money you made that month and what have you. He would kind of like sort of lean back and then like stretch.
Oops.
And then
I'm surely they're gonna say it was James Marriott, right?
like oh, and then oh wow, you're a YouTuber, and that's how all those guys pick up chicks. And from what I understand, they're all also terrified of women at the same time because they're terrified that they'll use something. Because the people that they pander to are all bloodthirsty and they're looking for rape allegations and all sorts of other allegations, that they're also kind of scared to put their arm around a girl or anything like that. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. They got all these chicks throwing themselves at them, but they can't handle it because they're afraid they're going to lose their career over it. It's really funny, actually, and well-deserved.
I'd heard a rumor about Alex that had never been substantiated until yesterday. So the rumor was that he was basically a dirty pig. Like, he was really unhygienic, filthy. He was like in a nice apartment in London paying exorbitant rates and rent. And he was leaving like big black plastic bags full of trash in his room, never taking them out. And that was just a rumor that I heard from someone who lived with him. And then King Annie comes out yesterday and basically confirms that he was a disgusting pig that never kept himself clean. And I'll read this this reply she sent. For real, he left my home with blood on the sheets from nosebleeds, toenails on the floor, and black mold festering in the toilet. It was...
All right, maybe we should have read the rest of her statement and not wrote it off, because that sounds funny. Jesus.
Isn't this Nicholas
fucking
Deorio,
horrible?
one of those crypto fascist dudes too?
Would never flush the lavatory ever.
Yeah.
Just left his shit in there.
And she slept with that guy. So what does that say about her?
From what I was told, they had a sexless relationship. So, I don't know.
Oh, wait, he was a big YouTuber at the time.
Pretty disgusting.
Can't you just imagine like walking through an alley and there's dumpsters everywhere and like the fucking lid pops up and ImAllexx pops out of one? Like, he just looks like the type of kid that would like pop out of a fucking dumpster.
Yeah, the funny thing is that confirms that it's funny you got that story because I got a similar story recently too. I also have another one. I don't know if this is true, but this is some disgusting shit. And I saw this in a
It's true.
rack too. So he was too lazy to apparently, and this is rumor, take it with a grain of salt. But I said, I've seen this in the army. He's too lazy to take a piss, so he'd piss in a bottle and the bottles would collect after a time. Now, I've seen that before with soldiers in Iraq. They piss in a bottle.
I have no idea who told Tommy about that. I have none. Absolutely no idea where Tommy heard that information from.
Bottle and they'll throw it in a roof or some shit like that. But soldiers are disgusting in a downrange situation. This guy was doing it in his house.
Oh my God.
From what I understand, I didn't leak anything too bad. I think on the E-Boys, it was a joke that he had a pee bottle. From what I understand, like his master bathroom was like 3 steps away. And for some reason, he would just piss in bottles. So I guess he was cleaning his room or something. And he had just a line of fucking fermented, disgusting, dark urine in bottles. And the whole house started to smell.
Yeah, alcoholics do that. They don't go to the bathroom. They just piss in a bottle.
They piss in a bottle and then like
Sometimes mix it up with the actual bottle they're drinking from.
You know, the stuff that came out about ImAllexx recently, just within the last couple days, has been so profound that it's brought all of us together to do an episode of Bait It. But it's so bad.
No, Smaggle, I think an E-Boys episode talked about the piss bottles. I don't think they knew the nature of the piss bottles.
That there's actually no coming back. Like, I cannot see a single way that this kid can have a fucking career on the internet ever again. Like, I can't imagine it.
No, he can't. You're 100%
It's so
right.
damning. It's so horrible. Everything that he was against, everything, calling out abuse, all this stuff is what he's getting exposed for. And there's fucking receipts. There's video proof. There's audio proof. He also got accused in this huge Google Doc that came out with all this evidence of actual abuse on top of it, like physical abuse. I mean, some of these allegations are so damning. The only way I can see this guy coming back is by grifting again. He would have to go the fuck.
You're wrong. You can't go the far right route. If he goes the far right route, all of the edgy commentator people aren't gonna like him. So he's not gonna get any like center right people at all whatsoever. And he's also I don't what is he gonna do? Start making content with fucking Fuentes? What are you expecting here? I mean, maybe a bisexual man is exactly what Fuentes needs to push the America First movement further. Maybe I'm wrong.
Fucking Zerka route, right? Or the Mike, whatever his name is. He'd have to be I love Andrew Tate, fuck women, or something like that.
I'll tell you why ImAllexx can never really come back. And it's not just because of what he did and what he said and all this evidence. It's because of his fan base. One that he has been pandering to for years, his entire career. They're made up of little teenage girls and the LGBTQ crowd and people who really care. For example, someone saying the N-word, which is what he did. He can never come back.
Oh my God, we forgot about that. We didn't even mention that. He called his girlfriend the N-word. What the hell?
On Juneteenth, no less.
This is the social justice woke guy. What the absolute hell? That was so shocking, right? And so insane to come from his, where does that come from?
Now, if any one of us here in the call says the N-word, and we all have, let's face it.
Not me.
Yes, you fucking have.
There was an episode of Shot from the Point where I think Clown and Tommy and was Dave there? No, Vega was there. Wasn't it? It wasn't a Catch 33. I don't know. They said it about 47 times. I remember watching it live as a fan.
You lying bastard.
Well, I may have.
If we say it, probably be fine. Because we've got the type of audience, a little bit edgier, not so young.
We're dirtier.
So we kind of get away with it. We're going to catch some shit for it, inevitably. But we'd survive. We'd definitely survive.
He's 100%
ImAllexx
right.
literally cannot, never will, because it's 100% that crowd. 100%. They will hold it against him forever. And in many cases, from what I've been seeing, and it's not right because the focus should be on the abuse. Many of his former fan base now would rather see him cancelled purely for that use of the N-word. Purely for that.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me, but at the end of the day, that's the crowd. Makes perfect sense.
Well, I mean, look at the people he's working with. Ruining some guy's life over false allegations. That's bad, but not bad enough not to work with them. Calling a girl the N-word and physically and verbally abusing her. That's the line.
That's where it ends.
Okay, sure, that's your line, but it really kind of shows that you don't care as long as the money's coming in. But here's the thing, I disagree with you both. I believe that Alex will make a comeback. In fact, I know he'll make a comeback because guys like him, sociopaths like him, they don't look at this like, oh God, I'm screwed, I'm fucked, I'm whatever. They look at this, you know what? I can do this. I can get around. I can make this happen. Keem, you're right. He'd have to become like a Nazi. What's stopping him? I would love to see Alex a Nazi. How much? And he starts.
Did I just get 1.2 billion on fucking Attack from Mars? Sorry. Jesus.
Pandering to that group. And you know what? There's a lot of money in it, too. I've seen people kind of pander to the far right. I wouldn't put it past him. And here's what I say. Go, Alex, go. Make a comeback. Prove that the YouTube crowd will take anybody in as long as they're packaged correctly. He may not be able to go back to teenage girls, and that's a lot of money he's leaving on the table. Let's face it. But if he could...
Look, if there's one thing I've learned from Keemstar, you can always go back to teenage girls. Granted that they're 19. Don't fucking get mad at me. That was a joke.
Turn it around with the Nazi or the far right crowd. Go for it. Go for it. I'm all here for it.
Here's where your theory falls flat, Tommy. Do you really think, and I don't know too much about the alt-right crowd or the Nazi crowd, whatever you want to call them, would they ever accept someone like ImAllexx.
No.
5'2", looks like...
Maybe Nick. Maybe Fuentes. Maybe Fuentes would.
Like a fucking skinny mutant.
Depends on the
a
packaging.
guy who sold LGBTQ merch. Rainbow flag on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Come on in, ImAllexx. Come on into our Nazi pride event. White power. White fucking...
Dude, I can't believe Clown just said white power on Juneteenth. Can you believe that Clown just said white power on Juneteenth? That's insane.
Power, shave your head. You're one of us.
Hey,
Never going to fucking happen.
He's gonna
rumble.
He's gonna say this to them. He's gonna be like, "Yeah, I milked all these LGBTQ people for money, and then I beat my girlfriend, my black girlfriend, and called her an N-word."
He's not.
It can happen. I'm sorry. Would they take him in? They probably take him in as kind of a clown, to be honest with you. But if he packaged himself correctly, I think anything's possible. I don't think.
You know what else? You know what else he could do? Keffels and Tipster recently.
No, bro, this is hitting everything I love. Holy shit, dude, this is so awesome. This is the best podcast that's ever been released. This is not top 5 baited. This is top 2 baited. Holy shit.
Their careers have imploded. They've been exposed for so much stuff. I don't want to get in.
Dude, I need Clown to know the lore.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those?
The thing is, right?
Fascist.
If Colossal was still making content like he was when I first started watching him, like the titled videos that were like based off of themes and stuff like that, he would no doubt end up landing on Tipster as a video subject one day, just to bully. The only reason he wouldn't do it is because so many people have shit on him.
Into the details because there's a long story, but when they are under fire right now, their response is, we don't do drama anymore, we just do gaming streams. He could also do that.
Good.
Just literally do gaming and not talk about the drama at all.
Clown, collab with me on a Tipster video for the culture, okay? Just shooting that into the ether.
Like, he will. I think you're right, Tommy. I think he will.
I need to
find
hear you bully him.
a way.
No, okay, let's say he just did gaming. Solely gaming, which is what he did before he did commentary.
Yeah.
He would never be successful at it.
I might take you up on that, Clown. I might take you up on that.
Because he's not entertaining. Because he's useless. The only reason he got views in the first place was A, through leeching, using everyone, and B, through drama commentary. That's the only way. So you take that away, he's got nothing. I mean, he's got nothing. He can't even speak properly, Tommy. He can't.
Dude, he's the only British person who sounds even worse than the average British person. That's it. Dude, imagine going through life having the worst British accent. Like, American women won't even find it attractive. That's like a disability for most. That's insane.
Can't even speak properly.
And look how far he got. Look how far he got. The guy can't even talk, and look how far.
The power of leeching. The power of
the peasant accent.
Leeching,
bro.
using every single community. He's been on the Minecraft community. He's leeched off the fucking commentary community. Everyone, everywhere. Beauty community, LGBTQ community. Fucking everyone in existence he's leeched off. There's nobody left. Nobody left.
Alex, don't let this guy put you down. Alex, don't listen. Don't listen. Go, Alex, go. Anything can be overcome. Anything can be fixed if you just put your mind to it. Become the Nazi gamer. It's okay. Don't listen to these guys. They were all wrong. Keemstar was wrong about you. Clown was wrong about you. It is here. You can just take it back. It can happen.
Sometimes it takes like a fucking decade, but I have proven throughout my entire career that Keemstar is always right. When I tell you that someone is a piece of shit, they are a piece.
I'm turning into Keemstar. I went on this rant yesterday. I think I went on this rant today. Did I not start the stream on the same rant?
Of shit. I'm not fucking making up lies about people. I don't like this person, so I'm if I don't like them, there's a reason why I don't like them. I
literally opened one of my streams with this exact rant this week.
You're not going to like them either when they eventually get exposed for the reason why I don't fucking like them, all right? I am always right. If I tell you...
I need to reevaluate my life decisions. I have a lot to think about.
This person's a fucking garbage human. They will get exposed to be a garbage human. Stop fucking sucking their dick and listen to Keemstar. that was the other thing. Do you see all these commentary people being like, we tried to warn you about Alex. Not before me, motherfucker. Not before. I was day one telling you. This guy is...
Dude, my hair is perfectly fine, but hearing Keem say all this stuff, I gotta buy, what is the thing that Wavy sponsors? Keeps, dude. I'm gonna order Keeps. All right.
A lot of people were giving him the benefit of the doubt. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I'll cop to that. Even Kavos gave him the benefit of the doubt. Remember when you and Kavos got a little fight because he congratulated him on hitting 1 million, and you're like, you got really mad at him, and Kavos was trying to be
to be fair, Kavos is gonna congratulate him when he hits 1 million again, but like the other way. Do you think Keem's gonna be okay with that one?
Guys, hey, look, I'm not friends with this guy, but a million's a good accomplishment. But no, Keemstar, you're correct. You kept hammering him. You didn't let the shield down.
Dude,
and the sword down.
I went after Wilney, Kavas when anyone was nice to this kid. I went after frickin' True Jordy. Anyone that helped Alex out throughout their career, they heard it from me. And if they would have listened to me, maybe this girl wouldn't have been abused or verbally...
Oh my god! All right, Keem. All right, Keem.
Abused or called the N
True Jordy's
world. Maybe if you were to listen to Keemstar, he wouldn't have been able to do all this horrible stuff to so many people. Think about how many lives.
Did anybody ever see those old NHL commercials where it's like it's called Because It's the Cup, and it's like the highlight reel clip playing in slow motion, and you watch like the player like leave the net, the puck flies out, everyone comes back into position like a fucking like a wax museum kind of thing, like a moving wax museum. That's like Alex allegedly domestic abusing his girlfriend. Like you just see it in black and white in slow motion as his hand and his foot like slowly moves away from her back or whatever, and Keem's just like, this is what we do. We save these women or something like that. That's what I'm picturing. Like Keem doing a domestic dispute commercial or whatever about how his fucking drama saves lives and shit.
ImAllexx has hurting with these false allegations that he spread everywhere. Zaptai friggin' ended his career.
Solid Shibe.
Slazo almost
Solid Shibe, yeah.
So many fucking people.
Fucking Shibe getting mentioned makes me so happy, dude.
So many people were affected by this guy. This guy did a lot of fucking damage.
Dude, the allegations against Shibe are less than the allegations against Alex, and Alex sold him to the gallows. It's so crazy. Like if you held Alex to, it wouldn't even be a debate. If you use Alex standards for like what a abuse would entail, bro, he's already like a giga abuser.
Image. And we're seeing it that in real life.
Shibe is probably chilling right now, running in the fields. I gotta text him. Bro, he texted me during the Mama Max stuff and came back to Twitter just to spike the football because he thought Max was a crazy schizo. And like Max would be like, listen, Nate, I love what you did for Solid Shibe. I hope you do that for Spencer. And Shibe's like, you're a fucking weird creep. I loved that, bro. I love Shibe's energy, okay? Shibe 2024.
Life damage he's done. If you would have just fucking listened to me, for fucking Christ's sake.
I can understand anyone who didn't see it coming before the Slazo event. After that occurred, and Slazo, who's like one of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
And you still supported Alex? No, there's no fucking way. You're at fault 100%. He should not have recovered from that.
No, he really shouldn't have.
I'm done with this fucking topic. Let's talk about, each of us and what we've been up to, because I'm sure the audience is fucking exhausted on fucking I'm lispy. Clown, what have you been up to?
Business as usual. We got a podcast, To Be Honest podcast. This is the final episode of Baited. Stop messaging me about it. This is the last one we ever do. It'll never happen again. Otherwise, I got a podcast with Dolan Dark, Nerd City, Pyrocynical called To Be Honest. New episode coming out this week.
Despite the fact that I'm probably like hated by half of the podcast, I don't think it's that bad. I have listened to it a few times.
Which is going to be about ImAllexx, I'm afraid. Yeah, we got to do it.
Yeah,
so you can hear the different perspectives.
Baby.
So you're doing a podcast on a 13-year-old French girl?
Your girlfriend?
Not my girlfriend.
Oh man, I miss this so much, bro. Holy
You're doing a
shit.
podcast on a 13-year-old French girl?
Your girlfriend?
Not my girlfriend.
No.
That's Pyro's.
Are you really going to take a swig of pyro? Jesus Christ.
I mean, I was proven right. I interviewed the girl.
Oh, you called him a pedophile. Was he a pedophile? Silence. Dead fucking silence.
No, bro. No. Dude, you can't be all talk and then fucking curl up in a ball after one question. Are you kidding me?
He was. Well, dude.
So
dude,
much for
he was
Keemstar
dating.
being always right.
Why are you interrupting me? Why are you interrupting me? I was right. Was he or was he not in a relationship with a girl that was, I believe it came out to be 14 at the time?
He was in an e-relationship. Nothing ever happened. Nothing ever occurred.
What? With an relationship with a 14-year-old when he was what?
I don't think she's 14.
19?
No.
No, she was. I interviewed her. We got the correct age.
He was 17.
Yeah, that's right. He made
No,
it.
he wasn't. No,
He was 17.
he wasn't.
Keemstar is always right, guys.
Not at that time.
Dude, this is
he
Not
was.
at
fucking
that time.
crazy.
He wasn't 17
Nothing
at that
ever
time.
happened. No news exchanged. Just a big nothing burger.
You
Meanwhile,
guys can look
Keemstar
it
is
up.
dating
Go
someone
get the-
20
go
years
to
younger
Google.
than him.
Hold on. Time
Who
out.
at the
That's
time,
not true.
of
That's not
meeting
true.
her, still had her fucking braces in. Are you fucking kidding me?
This is the best episode of Baited. This is better than the Leafy episode. I'm actually I don't even know what to say. This is amazing.
He's doing.
I mean,
he's doing
what's
a
wrong with
podcast
someone fixing her
He's
teeth?
doing a podcast currently.
What's wrong with someone fixing her teeth?
He's doing.
I mean,
he's doing
what's
a
wrong-
podcast
what's wrong with
currently-
someone fixing her
He's
teeth?
doing a podcast currently with Boogie2988, who is literally dating a fucking infant.
My girlfriend.
Dude, Boogie goes on stream and he's like, yeah, it's nice being able to raise my girlfriend at the same time as date her. It really fills a void in my heart or something like that. Boogie's fucking situation is infinitely creepier than Keem's situation, but I've met Brantley and I don't know. Look, I'm not going to insult Brantley, but she did introduce me to her parents as the person who said she said the N-word on Twitter. I'm sorry, her grandparents. I was drinking with Brantley's grandmother once at one of the fighting things.
Not only is the age difference so disparate, has the mental age of an 8-year-old. There's no fucking way, Keith.
I don't think she can talk to people. Like, I think she needs drugs to function in social settings. That girl is a fucking mess, and I don't think it's for the camera.
But I can't work with Pyrocynical, but you can work with Boogie? Are you fucking mad?
Hey. First of all, okay, are you done with your little rant? First of all, my girlfriend is absolutely drop dead
Not
fucking
Brantley,
gorgeous.
I'm talking about Boogie's one that looks like a fucking walking toddler with the fucking alien head.
She's 23. She's 23, and she had her braces on.
20 when you met her.
She had her braces on to fix her teeth. Yeah, she turned 21 like a month after I met her.
I mean, I'm not saying it's illegal, Keem. Don't worry, I'm not calling you a pedophile. But I do find it ironic that you would take offense.
Sound like you were.
No, I'm not calling you a pedophile. I do find it ironic, however, that you would call someone like Pyrocynical a pedophile for an e-relationship with a
Google it.
3-year age
Google
gap
it.
or 4-year age gap.
Google
I don't know.
it. Go Google it. Yeah, go Google the ages, people. Go Google the ages.
I don't know.
Find out
Well,
for
I get
yourself.
confused
Don't
because you
listen-
got them wrong like 8 times.
Do you remember that? Keem posted the 15-year-old French girl, the 14-year-old French girl, the 13-year-old French girl. Like, every time Keem reported in 2016, the girl got younger.
Hey, in fairness,
And to be fair, is he going to say it? Yeah, he's going to say it.
as the clown, we didn't figure out that girl was 14 until like 2 years ago. We did like most people thought the
Yeah, it's because all of Pyro's friends who were like pushing the allegations were giving Keem like different ages each time.
we couldn't prove she even existed.
And by the way, this girl has come out and she said Pyrocynical was nothing but a nice guy, nothing but nice things to say about
Yeah,
him.
that's true. No, 100%. Nothing.
And she was more
she
talking
did say
about this
that.
guy,
She did.
Ancient Reality,
Yes.
and that information, that
Whoa.
Isn't this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking crypto fascist
Clown just-
dudes too?
Clown acknowledge ancient reality. Dude, what the fuck is this podcast? Alex Zaptai Ancient Reality and fucking Keffels and Tipster.
Documentary. That video should have come out, and Keemstar had a hand in that video not coming out, and she blames you for a big part of that.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, that is not true.
Well, she's blaming you, Keem. That's all I can say. The victim, as you see her, is blaming.
All right, I could correct Clown, but I don't think I can tell you exactly what the problem was. But I don't know if every party would be happy if I did. I feel like I could say something, but I would be in big trouble, I think. Because there's a lot of things that people don't know about the creation of that video. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's more or less that, like, there were other YouTubers who were invested in that project who left it for reasons similar to why Toastify was initially nervous, I would say, to publish it. Because the guy's like a schizo hacker, right? Nobody wants to deal with that. So I guess people who were interested in covering it previously got their shit, like, fucking people tried to connect into it and stuff like that. It dissuaded them from continuing making the video, right? From there, I think the initial group or whatever, like, tried to reach out to all of these people who were involved in this, from what I understand. But the video wasn't moving fast enough, so the French girl got pissed off, and that was the public interaction with Keem, I guess.
Blaming you for this.
Do not talk over me. Let me
Toast mention this? Yeah.
respond to that. She wanted a video made on some other YouTuber that took advantage or whatever, and we definitely fucking covered that. Plus, I assisted with other commentator YouTubers that did cover it and gave them a ton of information. So this whole thing, and look, this girl, a lot of people had issues with.
And the thing is, Keem went live with the French girl interview, which totally, like, fucked, like, the other video. This was a fucking shit show to get out. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was really hard to follow. I think we were talking about this back when we did that Sea of Thieves stream. Like, I remember playing Sea of Thieves with Keem, talking about the pyro stuff.
With her, right? The French girl, right? A lot of people had issues with her because they were trying to help her and get the story out, and she turned on like every single one of them and started talking.
Oh, it's her fault. The victim who was raped by another YouTuber. Are you fucking joking?
I'm gonna stick up for Keem. I'm gonna stick up for Keem a little bit. All right, like it's.
But I don't think Clown really thinks that. I think he's making fun of you because this is your source that you're using to call Pyro a pedo. Correct? Like, I don't think. I don't get the sense that Clown thinks this person has been, like, super fucking easy to talk with involving this whole situation. I feel like he's just blowing smoke up their ass and they don't realize it.
I'm gonna stick up for it's not she was this guy. I mean, if you guys want to look up what this guy did to her, this Ancient Reality, it makes the Alice situation look like a walk in the park, and she clearly was damaged by it. I mean, I think the Alice situation and her situation are like light years apart, and it was difficult because of the abuse that she received at such a young age for her to communicate effectively to make a coherent video. So yeah, it did appear that she was kind of like turning on people and stuff like that.
Anyone that tried to help,
I can't blame her.
Anybody that tried to,
people tried to help and she couldn't handle it.
Anybody that tried, let me just say this: anyone that tried to help her out to get her story out, including me, she turned on and would start attacking them. All right,
Keem's right here. I got to stick up from here. She was very difficult, but I just want to make it a point that doesn't make this
doesn't. Do you remember when she, like? I mean, you guys might remember this. She ran to Colton and started shit talking Keem because he wouldn't, and the other party who was making the video, because they didn't release it fast enough for her liking. When I think, and my knowledge, where they were taking precautions because they were getting like cyber attacked by the person who was making, or by the person like Ancient Reality. But I remember she had gone to Colton.
I mean, she was clearly a victim, right? I mean, she was raped by this guy.
And this poor girl. And YouTubers that I know, like Keem and others, really did everything they could.
And Clown's joking, but obviously, like, there are situations that, like, YouTubers can't help with, right? Like, that's one of them. Like, if you're gonna give conflicting statements publicly because you're in a state of duress, that, I mean, yeah, I understand it. You could explain it to me, and I understand it, but the audience isn't going to. You know, like, I can't convince the audience to, like, of that. That's not going to fly when you're talking about, like, a online allegation. But again, it's not really relevant.
Could to help.
That's not what I heard. See, I heard that Keemstar tried to make it more about Pyrocynical than Ancient Reality because he was the name and he was the figure and he had a grudge.
Well, I was talking about her. I don't know about that.
Well,
Keem definitely did that. That's true.
well, I mean, no.
Do you deny
it's not
that?
I had a
Do you deny
grudge,
that?
Clown.
Don't deny it.
Clown, why do you interrupt me every time I'm responding? Are you going to let me respond? You make an allegation, then I'm fucking responding.
respond.
You're doing it again. You're doing it again. You make an allegation, and then I respond, and then you say another thing. Are you going to let me respond or not? So I forgot what you even fucking said at this point. But No.
This is great.
No. I definitely got a hold of her. Definitely got a hold of her because I was trying to get.
Dude, did you hear the voice crack just now? I'm sorry.
I definitely got a hold of her. Definitely got a hold of her because I was trying to get the truth about the pyrocynical thing because it was an open mystery. She gave me the truth, but wanted to talk more about this ancient reality. But that wasn't the point of the interview. I said we would do that separate, right? And she agreed. So we did the pyro thing. And then in the pyro thing, she's talking about this other guy, right? And then like...
Dude, I gotta say, I have to glaze Keemstar for a second. You know what? Because like, honestly, look, I'm friends with Keem, right? All that stuff. I have to really point out some growth here, some real growth. If he lost a conversation this bad in 2016, he would not have sent the audio. We would never have got... This episode would have been burnt to the fucking ground. We never would have heard it. So thank you, Keem, for posting it.
So she was obsessed with exposing this other guy. I was trying to do both things separate because they're two different stories. They shouldn't be meshed together, Clown.
But don't you think the story was Ancient Reality and not Pyrocynical? Because
I think that's the issue.
She had nothing but positive things to say about
No,
Pyro.
I think there's two stories. But it doesn't matter.
What was the allegation? What was she accusing him of? Nothing. She had nice things to say. Where was the video? Where's the story? There's nothing.
She did have nice things to say.
You had jack shit. You couldn't make it about Pyrocynical, but you were desperately trying to.
The ages, Clown. The ages.
The ages, Clown. The ages.
About Pyrocynical, but you were desperately trying to.
The ages, Clown. The ages. The ages.
Who gives a fuck? I mean, who gives a fuck? Nothing happened. They E-dated while they were both teenagers. Who gives a shit?
This is like if they made a movie about me, and this was me and Technicals, but me and Technicals were played by Colossal and fucking Keemstar.
And lied. Clown, your friend, your buddy came out and lied multiple fucking times on Reddit about that scenario, and you're going to defend him?
I am going to defend him because there was nothing. It's a big nothing burger.
He lied.
I will
but
say
he
this.
lied.
I will say this.
Oh, so
Clown.
you're not going to... You're gonna fucking defend him and his lies, Clown?
And
really?
Do his share of manipulation to protect himself.
Thank you.
But I have to also agree with Clown.
He lied through his fucking teeth.
I don't deny that, but there was nothing there. I mean, when the truth is out, you say he lied. Okay, truth comes out. Well, there's nothing there. It's a nothing burger. Absolutely
nothing there other than the fact that the ages and the Eve relationship, nothing there though.
High school shit.
He was at
Bro, Clown just said the high school context. Tell me this is not like a theatrical performance of me fighting with Technicals.
As high school age.
It was fucking.
Clown,
I
remember a situation when you told me, Clown,
and not
Clown,
even as bad as a high school thing. Not even as bad as a high school thing, because
yeah, you're just interrupting me.
Let me just finish what I'm saying, and then
you're
you can
just
speak.
interrupting me.
You're a demon.
That's all you're doing is interrupting me every time I talk. That's all you're doing.
Not just high school drama, because it was all on the internet. They never even met in person.
Why should you talk?
He didn't even know what she looked like.
Why should you talk? You don't let me talk. You don't let me make a fucking point. Do you? You don't let me make a point, do you?
I just finished my sentence there, so you can go ahead.
I do remember this. I remember this, Clown. You told me after that Reddit post came out from fucking Pyro, you told me in a fucking Skype call, you said, if Pyro lied about this, I will stop being friends with him. This is all the way back then, 2015, 2016.
Specifically, in what context?
Yeah, the context you said that to me is if he actually did something to the chick.
There you go. There you go,
Let me fucking talk!
Oh,
Let
man.
me finish my point.
Dude,
Let me
that's
finish
such a
my point. That is not
classic
what
game.
fucking happened. You told me that if he lied and that he wasn't dating this girl, right? Because he said he wasn't dating this girl. You told me if he lied and he was actually dating this girl, you would cut off your friendship
That is
with
not
him.
true. That
And
is
it
not true.
came
You
out
either misinterpreted
years
what
later.
I said,
That is
or
true.
that is just
I
simply
swear to
not
God.
true, and you're telling a fucking fib.
I'd
like to think that you misinterpreted that. But
no.
okay,
I
Keem,
am
you
not
have my
fucking
permission
lying.
to show the screenshot.
No, that is
show
what
the
you fucking
screenshot.
said.
Show the screenshot.
It was a fucking Skype call.
Make it public.
It was
I don't
a
mind.
Skype call. It was a Skype call. It was a Skype call. I have no screenshot.
That's convenient.
Fuck you, clown. You're a piece of shit.
Dude, this podcast needs to come back.
You're an actual piece of shit, bro.
By the way, my life's been going good the last 5 years.
What, Keem? You think we're going to talk about ImAllexx? You want to blindside me with the pyrocynical stuff? I mean, come on.
I'm not blindsided.
Dude, this is so... Oh, God.
You?
A little bit, because
Dude, we've been waiting for this for fucking years.
I was under the impression that we were going to talk about ImAllexx, and it was not going to be about Pyro, who I'm friends with and have a podcast with.
You want to talk about it over and over again.
That's a little bit deceptive on your part.
I'm just saying.
Would you agree with that, Tommy? A little bit deceptive?
Yeah, but it would be a baited episode if it wasn't. This
True enough, I suppose.
I will say, Boogie's girlfriend, even though it's creepy as hell, is an adult. Pyro's wasn't.
Not mentally.
14.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Not fucking mentally, she's not. No fucking chance.
So why?
Dude, Keem just like laughs because he knows it's true. The Boogie situation is like the most weird one out of all of these.
So me and Tommy C have this podcast called the Bait It Podcast, right? With Boogie.
Dude, we have the baited podcast with Boogie2988. He got rolled so bad he forgot the name of his show.
Called the Beta
Wings of
Podcast.
Redemption
It's
on
called
it.
a terrible name called the LOLcow Podcast. Be a little bit more original, please.
No,
Holy
it's
shit.
not. You're wrong. The LOLcow podcast is owned by the lawyer. It's called LOLcow Live, a show that did not go live until the fucking third month. Oh, God. What did I say? I wanted it to be the LOLcast. I told them to call it the LOLcast. Or like something LOLcow, not LOLcow Live. I think Boogie wanted LOLcow Live. Oh, this is great.
I would purposely said that wrong so you would give me the soundbite. Thank you for that. We're going to use it in our next promo.
Rubbish.
Thank
That's
you, clown.
such a lie.
Anyhow, yeah, get scammed. Anyhow, you said you're not coming on the fucking show. Why? Why are you not coming on the show?
I don't like Boogie. He sucks. But I mean, since we discussed it, it's also because you called my mate a pedophile. I can't really work with you on another fucking product, can I?
Oh, thank God. That's public now. Oh.
Can't do it
now.
I'm doing it now. I make exceptions for ImAllexx.
I couldn't say this because I had known this for a while, but it's like, that's why I was so surprised when they actually were going to do the episode. But yeah, that's why this doesn't happen anymore.
I don't remember fucking saying that.
You did.
I think I used the slang term pedo.
You 100% did.
I used the slang term pedo. I used the slang term pedo. Oh my God.
Fucking saying that.
You did.
I think I used the slang term pedo.
You 100%.
Oh man. Holy shit, that is the worst clip I've ever heard. I don't remember calling him a pedophile. I used the slang term pedo.
Did. I swear on my parents' lives, you called him a pedophile.
Well,
how's that?
Your parents are your parents
Keemstar
alive?
is not always right.
Are they even alive?
They're alive, yeah. They're alive.
I know they're like ancient. Aren't they like 90 now?
You're older than me. You're fucking older than me. What are you talking about? I know I sound old.
I remember
you're fucking
your
older.
parents' age. I remember your parents' age, and they're super old. They're like,
do you remember? I know this is so fucking random. Do you remember the time when Clown wasn't on the internet for a few days and they fucking doxed
Isn't
him?
this Nicholas DeOrio guy like one of those fucking?
And Keem's like, I had to find out where my fucking podcast mate was. they went out of their way to dox him because they didn't know where he was for a couple days. Oh God.
And I have never told you my parents' age at any point.
I'm pretty sure you have.
But yes,
that's probably where he found the parents' age, is when he doxed Clown for not showing up.
They are old, obviously. I mean, I'm in my 30s, so obviously they are quite old. But
Clown's still in his 30s? Jesus, I thought you were going to be in your 40s already. How old were you when you started?
yours are going to be like in a wheelchair then. Oh, you're adopted. Never mind. You don't know them.
Oh God.
Good one. Good one. Good one.
Wow.
How's those trips to Thailand doing?
I haven't been for a while, but I hear the kids are getting fresher and fresher. Got to take a fishing trip over there.
See, that's why he's mad, people. That's why he's mad.
You don't need to go to Thailand. You've got them in your fucking backyard.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Archive this, please, in case fucking somebody deletes this episode after tonight. I sure am not. It'll live on my channel forever.
Anyhow, Clown, it's always a pleasure to have you, stick up for your creepy ass friends, and
I mean, he
everyone
is
else is
creepy.
bad.
I'll be honest, like, he is creepy because he's degenerate. He's into some weird shit. They're not kids.
Yeah, that was the other thing. Remember when I said he was a fury? Remember when I said
he's a fury? Dude, Tommy and Keem are the perfect people to have a podcast together. None of them, they're both the same level of dyslexic. He was a fury.
that he was a furry?
Right
that came out too.
He was right about that.
Nobody fucking believed me that Pyrocynical was a furry.
I mean, I'll give it to you because what he is way worse than being a furry.
Everyone talk over me. Why does everyone talk over me?
I'm giving you your point here, so you want to listen to what I have to say because I'm going to give you a nice win here.
Over and over again.
I'm giving you a nice win here if you'll just shut the fuck up and listen, you fucking rat.
Dude, your friend's a rat. He dresses up as rats. He dresses up like all the animals.
You called him a
This guy's got the animal kingdom going on in his fucking closet, bro.
furry, but what he is actually so much worse than a furry. Not a pedophile. He's into fat, farting...
inflation furry.
And not just animals, but like...
dragons.
Weird, obese creatures that fart.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And then eat other
His
people.
His sexuality is like Chipple Dipple's shitposts on Twitter.
And they have to be wearing a mask.
He wants to fuck Sergeant Braphog, right?
And they have to be like his own persona. If you try to understand it, you won't with a rational mind. Like, it's not possible. Like, he is mentally ill, like, no doubt.
Is he?
Oh, he's still fucking into it, yeah, 100%.
God.
And he's very much out about it, and he's very happy with it. He doesn't care. But no, he's a freak. Like, no, he is actually a freak. That's fucking weird as shit.
Keem, you helped Pyro come out to the world. You know, you're a hero of the LGBTQ community.
Calling him a furry is like a compliment, Clown. Quite frankly.
Oh my God, shut up. Jesus, can I talk? Clown, are you still banned from the United States?
I am, yeah, unfortunately.
When can you come back?
Dude, he was going to invite...
You missed me that bad?
He's inviting Clown to the LolCow convention that everyone bailed from in fucking Texas. Remember when it was like, meet the LolCows? And then Tommy's like, I live in fucking Germany. I'm not going. And then Wings is like, yeah, the fucking plane would be, it'd be real expensive and shit. And no one's going to front my plane flights. So I ain't going to come. I'm just going to walk out on it. And then Keem's like, all right, well, I'm not going to go hang out with Boogie alone. Now it's just meet Boogie and fucking random shitcon.
Bad.
I haven't seen you since before COVID hit.
Australia,
remember we went to Australia?
Do you want to come to... I can't go to the US, but you want to come to Mexico?
I was just in Mexico, but yeah, maybe. I might come to Mexico, seriously. I miss you. I haven't seen you in fucking 4 years.
You know what? I think it's been a really good podcast. Why don't we all plug our stuff and say goodbye?
Tommy's like, I got to shout out Shot from the Point before I get off of here.
Maybe forever.
Maybe forever. The final episode, the end of an era.
Let me plug my stuff. I'm doing the local live podcast, and that's available on YouTube. We got Happy Punch. We're covering all the MMA stuff over on Happy Punch, on Instagram and on Twitter. Dromler is over on Snapchat, excuse me. And regardless of what these fucking commentators say, the rise and fall of Keemstar, I'm getting more views and more money than I've ever made in my fucking career.
Dude, Big Bungie is jumping for joy right now. Big Bungie literally just fucking came when he heard him say that.
So they're fucking wrong. And yeah, you can find me over there. And Dromler is returning back to YouTube this fall. So check it out, y'all.
Clown, you go.
I have a podcast with Keemstar's favorite person, Pyrocynical, who's definitely not a pedophile, but is weird and degenerate and into fat farting animals. So there is that. Also Dolan Dark, who's great, and Nerd City as well, who's great.
No, I love it.
What did Clown call Pyro publicly? He had like a nickname for him. He was making like a joking nickname. What the fuck? What? Oh, did he call him pedo cynical as a joke? Was that a thing?
I love your podcast. I even love that cat hating.
You
prick.
don't fucking listen to it.
No, I do. I actually used it to make fun of Nerd City on one of my.
Okay, yeah. Oh no, I did see that. Yeah.
No, we do. Me and Verse listen to it. No, it's not a joke. Well, I still got Shot for the Point is still around, and we're like 4 days a week, live stream, still clips, the whole nine. I also am a member of the Lolcow podcast, where I do the stream with Keemstar, and I do the actual recorded episode with Wings of Redemption and Boogie 29888. If you need a flashback on old YouTube, that's the place.
By the way, Boogie's dead. R.I.P. Boogie 2988.
To go, funny stuff, and a real tiny thing. It's only
the day he dies, nobody's gonna believe it.
About 400 subs. I have a football channel, like soccer channel, and we put out lots of content from multiple different creators, all sorts of creators, English, German, all sorts of. It's called Glory Hunters, and that's all I got.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you thought this podcast was going to return, you've been baited. We'll see you never.
Jesus Christ.
That was an excellent ending.
Wait, why did he leave that in there?
That was awesome. This is probably the best episode we ever did.
Dude, what the fuck? That's great.
This is so little.
Whoa. Why am I getting the Oilers game 6? Jesus, that was so awesome. Dude, Tommy went from being fired to getting the last word on Baited. Can you believe that, chat? After all of that, after all the drama, the very last thing that you'll ever hear on the Baited Podcast YouTube channel is fucking Tommy C's voice. Dude, that had everything. It had like a classic Cloud and Keem adventure fight, dude. It had like some squealing. It had Clown raising his voice, which you never hear unless it's in a podcast. Dude, the problem is that show is infinitely better when the three of them are working together than they're on their own separate shows. But I mean, obviously, now we get why that doesn't happen more. Yeah, no, that was a fucking blast from the past. I really enjoyed that. Definitely a Tommy W. You know, like Tommy was in like Lolcow mode or like Catch 33 mode for the first quarter of it, but once Clown and Keem started fighting, he reverted back to baited mode or whatever, and was laugh tracking it up. That was like you got both versions of Tommy in that show too. Like you got like the post re-up Tommy and like the early days Tommy. Because, I mean, the first half of that was very similar to their previous podcast they did like 5 years ago on ImAllexx. But no, getting that, like, as much as this is probably annoying for everyone who participated, the pyro stuff coming up in that convo literally made the episode. It didn't save it because it was already a good episode, but it made the episode for sure. It escalated it that much higher than it was. Nerd City. Dude, I can't believe people are souring up on Nerd City now. I mean, dude, all the times I was fighting with that guy, it turns out all he needed to do is become a crypto bro. Something I would reasonably defend him on in some capacity. And now everyone's mad at him. It's fucking wild. Because that's what started all the people fighting with him and shit. But I don't know. Look, I'm not going to be amicable with that guy, because I guarantee that guy still fucking hates me, so I don't really care. But yeah. Would you go on TBH? There's no reason for me to be on TBH. If I was invited on in some random capacity, yeah, but I don't... Again, that's like the same thing as like me being on EFAP. That's what I would always respond. It's like, I don't know why I'd ever be on EFAP. And then boom, something came up and I was on EFAP. So I'd always go back on there. I'd go pretty much anywhere. I don't really have a problem with talking to anybody online. Yeah. Oh man, so that's where we are. That's realistically day 3 of this whole thing. I still think there's going to be more shit. I know Alex is prepping a response. There's 3 girls out now. I can't imagine there's really many more girlfriends. I'm still shocked that the bisexual guy has gotten exposed by 3 girls in his last few relationships. What's crazy about the online aesthetic, and Mama Max had to deal with this too, is that when you have like girlfriends online, they all talk, and like when that happens privately, it's like, oh wow, they found out that Like you were cheating on all of them. Wow. And then it like never leaves the room basically, or they like tell their friends and shit. Nowadays, it's like they just call you a domestic abuser on Twitter and get thousands and thousands of likes. Like you get in a fight with one person, and then fucking your entire ex-girlfriend catalog like appears out of nowhere. It's crazy. So yeah. What did InAbber do? InAbber is heavily alleged to have been much more active in the Slazo stuff than people initially thought. But I've never seen like concrete evidence. Clown brought up a pretty interesting reason for that in the podcast, though. He said that like, well, if InAbber was supplying all the screenshots, then it would explain why you didn't see him in it. Which is I didn't really consider that angle, but I don't remember who was sending the screenshots. That's a little too far back for me. Yeah, I mean, the craziest part of that whole situation was when Alex brought us in the call to tell us about all the fucking allegations. And I don't know today if I would make the exact same. I would 100% do it over and over again. I don't know why I even said that. Alex told us the 3 other allegations about like different girls who were going to come forward and say certain stuff, and they all sounded super soft. And he'd gone and he'd had this conversation with Josh, and then Josh told me about it. So I was like, oh yeah, okay, I would love to talk to Alex then. Maybe he'll talk about it again. Not only did he like voluntarily give this information to Josh, who doesn't have the memory I have, he regurgitated it back to me again in a second night in a row. He was so giddy to talk about the new allegations that would hit Slazo because we were all super wrong and this would like prove it. But he's going to wait till after vacation to like ruin his life. It was this demonic fucking entity that Alex had become, which he always probably was. But like this was like a new low for him. And he's telling me because he thinks I'm like some stupid fucking 2K sub YouTuber who's just like, oh, thank you, Alex. Thank you for the clout. Thank you for the clout, Alex. Thank you. Oh, I get to be involved. Maybe he'll talk about me on Twitter. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's what he thought was going to happen. Because he fired up his camera, 4K fucking Dolby Digital Ultra HD, put on his stupid pink internet sensation hoodie, wears his own merch and calls. And he just sat there bragging about, like, what a damn good job they were going to do to ruin this guy's fucking life. And it was, it was crazy. So he told me these stories, and I'm like, immediately, because I was already in contact with Slazo by that point, I called Slazo and I called Tommy and I'm like, we're gonna do something with this, but I don't know what. Are you down to be interviewed on this? And he's like, yeah, interview me on anything. That wasn't really a question. And he didn't care about the cut. He didn't care about how it was done. I was like a fucking random YouTuber with 6 months of experience, and he trusted me doing this interview with him without like any he trusted me to do this whole thing, which is fucking crazy to me. But I don't know, Alex also trusted me to tell me all the information, so obviously people had very poor judgment, but it turned out to work out in their favor, I guess. And from there, I'm like, we need somebody credible because nobody knows who I am. Tommy's fighting with Keem all the time, so nobody trusts him. And I'm like, do you think Clown would do it? And Clown immediately was down for it. So it was like, yeah, it was fucking crazy. It was a whole crazy experience. And then we were also like, I was coordinating with Turkey Tom, so I knew when Tom was uploading. I was keeping him in the loop. And I don't know if you know this, me and Tom weren't friends. Tom was on Dead on Dave's show like 6 months earlier saying about how like what a snake I am for the NCO drama, which I think made Clown also initially wary of me as well. But like Tom was just talking openly about how much he fucking hated me and how much of a snake I was. And then we bonded over this drama. And then from there we were good.